Welcome back to the respiratory system, lesson 3, trachea and bronchi. First, we are going to start with our review questions. 1. What system is responsible for removing carbon dioxide from the blood and replacing it with oxygen? Yes, respiratory system. 2. This process is called? Yes, respiration. 3. What carries oxygen and nutrients from our food to all the cells of the body? Yes, blood. 4. Inhale means to? Yes, breathe in. 5. Exhale means to? Yes, breathe out. 6. The muscle at the bottom of the lungs is called the? Yes, diaphragm. 7. The 3 main parts of the respiratory system are? Yes, diaphragm, air passages, lungs. 8. What helps trap the dust particles that are in the air? Yes, the nose, the mucus hair in the nose. 9. The pharynx is the? Yes, throat. 10. The passageway that leads to the stomach is called the? Yes, esophagus. 11. The epiglottis keeps food from going into the? Yes, lungs. 12. Another name for voice box is? Yes, larynx. 13. What vibrates to make sounds? Yes, vocal cords. Let's go over our vocabulary. First word is trachea. What? Yes, trachea. Next word is bronchi. What? Yes, bronchi. Next word is bronchioles. What? Yes, bronchioles. Next word is alveoli. What? Yes, alveoli. Back to the top. Trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli. Okay, next column. Cilia. What? Yes, cilia. Next word is cartilage. What? Yes, cartilage. Next word is bronchus. What? Yes, bronchus. Back to the top. Cilia, cartilage, bronchus. Okay, let's go more in depth. Trachea is our windpipe. What is the trachea? Yes, windpipe. Cilia are tiny hairs that trap dust and other particles. What are the tiny hairs that trap dust and other particles? Yes, cilia. The next word is bronchi. Those are 2 large tubes that branch off the trachea. What are the 2 large tubes that branch off the trachea? Yes, bronchi. The bronchioles are small tubes that branch off the bronchi. What are the small tubes that branch off the bronchi? Yes, bronchioles. The alveoli are air sacs in the lungs where the exchange of gases take place. So we have our lungs that are like big balloons. Inside we have these little sacs, and those little sacs are alveoli. So what are the alveoli? Yes, they are air sacs in the lungs where the exchange of gases takes place. All right, let's talk about this more. Okay, let's talk about the trachea. The trachea lies partly in the neck and partly in the chest. The walls of the trachea are strengthened by stiff rings of cartilage. You can see those right there. That keeps it open so air can flow through on its way to the lungs. The trachea is also lined with cilia. You can see these little tiny hairs which sweep fluids and foreign particles out of the airway so that they stay out of the lungs. At its bottom, the trachea divides into into left and right air tubes called bronchi. So this is the trachea, and this tube, these bigger tubes are the bronchi. The bronchi look like upside down trees inside each lung. The 2 primary bronchi each go to a different lung. The right bronchus, the name for just one of the bronchi. What's named for just one of the bronchi? Yes, the bronchus. It leads to the right lung. And the left bronchus leads to the left lung. The bronchi also have cartilage rings for support within the lungs, and the bronchi branches into smaller bronchi and even into smaller tubes called bronchioles. So you can see we have cartilage here, and then there's cartilage here. You can see that cartilage going into the bronchi. And here's the bronchioles. See, we have the bigger tubes, and then they get smaller and smaller and smaller. So these little small little tubes off of the bronchi are bronchioles. And at the tips of the bronchioles is the alveoli. So bronchioles are as thin as a strand of hair. And at the end of each bronchiole is a special area that leads into clumps of teeny tiny air sacs called alveoli. Each of us has hundreds of millions of alveoli in our lungs, enough to cover a tennis court if they were spread out on the ground. The alveoli are where the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place. So these are the alveoli, and these are the little sacs in our lungs, and it is where we have the smallest blood vessels, the capillaries, where they take the oxygen and they take it to our lungs. All right, this is the end of lesson 3. If you need to go back and watch the video again, go ahead. If you are ready to move on to your homework, then go ahead and move on to your homework. I will see you in lesson 4.